Okay. Okay. So sporophyte stage is long lived. Then it undergoes gametogenesis to form four haploid cell, and then both the haploid cell will fuse together. Male and female both will fuse, formation of syngamy. Then again diploid stage. Okay. So diploid stage is long lived. Okay. So you will find this in gymnosperm and angiosperm. Okay. Fine. Okay. So this is over. So next is haplodiplontic stage, third one. So yesterday this was over, right? Diplontic stage. So next stage is haplodiplontic. So haplodiplontic is found in pteridophytes and bryophytes. Okay, so that will be the last one. Yes. Okay, last one is haplodiplontic stage. Okay, haplodiplontic stage. Okay, so last one is haplodiplontic stage. So in haplodiplontic stage, you will find both are equal. Okay, so both haploid and diploid stages are of same duration. Okay, so we can write like both haploid and diploid. So in this phase, both haploid, okay, both, okay, so both gametophyte, sorry, okay, so both gametophyte haploid gametophyte both haploid gametophyte. Okay, so gametophyte is haploid, and both haploid gametophyte and diploid sporophyte stages, and diploid sporophyte stages. Okay, both haploid gametophyte and diploid sporophyte stages, okay, are equal. Okay, so are of same duration. Okay, are of same duration. So both haploid and diploid is of same duration. Okay, in pteridophytes and bryophytes. So example is bryophytes and pteridophytes. Example, bryophytes and pteridophytes. Okay, so both haplodiplontic life cycle will take place in bryophytes and pteridophytes. Okay, so in both of them we see this kind of haplodiplontic. Okay, so haplodiplontic. Okay, so diagram for that. Okay. So first draw it here. Okay. So first one is fusion of gametes. Okay, gametogenesis. Take this one. Okay, so gametogenesis will occur. Okay, so after gametogenesis, so formation of male and female gamete. So next is called as syngamy. Okay, so syngamy will occur first after that. Okay, so syngamy means fusion of male and female gametes. Okay, so after syngamy there is formation of zygote. Okay, after fusion of male and female gamete there is formation of zygote, which is diploid. Okay, so zygote is diploid, 2n. Okay, so after formation of zygote, so it will form a sporophyte. So here there is formation of sporophyte. So sporophyte is dependent on gametophyte. Okay, so zygote will multiply and it will form sporophyte. Okay, so this sporophyte again it will undergo, so inside sporophyte there will be special cells which are called as sporangium. Okay, so sporangium is present inside the sporophyte. So that will undergo meiosis. So cells inside the sporophyte will undergo meiosis. Okay. So that will form 2 cell, and again it will divide to form 4 cell. Okay. So occur. Meiosis will take place. Okay. So these spores are haploid. So after formation of meiosis, it will generate into a spores. Okay, so spores are haploid. So spores will germinate into a gametophyte in bryophytes. So this will germinate into gametophyte. Okay, gametophyte. Fine. So gametophyte is haploid. Gametophyte is haploid in nature. Okay, so always gametophyte is haploid in nature. Fine. So this gametophyte, they will produce antheridium and archegonium. Okay, so gametogenesis. So antheridium will produce male gamete and archegonia will produce female gamete. Okay, so production of sperm and egg, so that is called as gametogenesis. Yeah, so archegonia and antheridium. So antheridium will produce sperms that will go and reach the archegonia, then it is called as syngamy. Okay, so gametophyte and sporophyte. So if we divide this, so from here you will find that, okay, till this 4 cells are formed here. So that will be, okay, haploid stage. Okay, that will be haploid stage. You can divide it like this. So this much from production of a spores, then spores will develop into a protonema. So protonema will develop a small leaf-like structure. So that will grow into a plant. Okay, so that is called gametophyte. So on those plant sex organs will be developed, antheridium and archegonium. Okay, so sex organs, what they will do, they will produce sperm and egg. So this is haploid stage. So down. Okay, so down what is present is called as haploid. So this one is haploid stage. So both are of equal duration, haploid stage as well as diploid stage. So above, after formation of gametogenesis, okay, syngamy, fusion of male and female gamete will take place. Okay, so fusion of male and female gamete. So zygote is diploid, sporophyte is diploid. Okay, then hello. Okay, okay. Okay, so haploid and diploid stage. So both are of equal duration. Okay. Okay, so both will be of equal duration. Okay, so haploid as well as diploid stage. So haploid diploidic stage, in this phase, both haploid gametophyte and diploid sporophyte stages are of same duration. Okay, so example is bryophytes and pteridophytes. Okay, so germination of spore, formation of protonema. So protonema will develop into a small thallus-like structure. Okay, then that is called as gametophyte. So gametophyte will develop both antheridium and archegonia, sexual structures. So then these will undergo gametogenesis. Okay, so they will undergo gametogenesis. So after gametogenesis, syngamy. Okay, so both male and female will fuse together, and that is called as syngamy. So syngamy, after syngamy, that will form zygote. So zygote will form into a sporophyte. So the zygote will multiply and then it will give rise to sporophyte. Then finally meiosis will take place. Okay. So after meiosis, 4 haploid cells will be formed. Okay. So this was the last concept in this chapter. Okay. Haplodiplontic life cycle. So second chapter is done for you. Second chapter, biological classification. half. So what to do? Not done. Shravan Pai. No. So I'll start from beginning. Monera started. Okay. Bacteria is finished. Yeah, fine. Okay, so next is second biological classification. Okay, so first is Monera. Okay, so this is over. So this was last concept, haplodiplomatic. Okay, life cycle. Fine. Yeah. So next biological classification. Okay. Start from beginning and get. Okay. So chapter 2. Okay. So that is biological classification. Okay. So first is in biological classification. So you have to study in detail about kingdom Monera. Okay. So under kingdom Monera, you have different kind of organism, microorganism. Okay. Archaebacteria, then Eubacteria, Cyanobacteria, and okay. So now you have to study in detail about everything. So whatever comes under kingdom Monera. So first is Archaebacteria. Okay. So first one will be Archaebacteria, then second will be bacteria. So that is also called as Eubacteria. Okay. So Archaebacteria. So second one is Eubacteria. So third one is Cyanobacteria. Okay. Cyanobacteria. Then fourth one is Mycoplasma. So first we'll complete this four microorganism. Okay. So Archaebacteria, Actinomycetes, Shravan, that will come in fungi. Okay. So first under kingdom Monera, Archaebacteria. So under Archaebacteria, there are four different types: halophiles, acidophiles, thermophiles, methanogens. Okay. So then structure of bacteria, structure of cyanobacteria. Then next will be mycoplasma. Okay. So last one mycoplasma. So we have to study about the cell wall, what is present in cell wall of Archaebacteria, cell wall of bacteria, then cyanobacteria and mycoplasma. Okay. So in mycoplasma, usually cell wall is absent. Okay. So then next. Okay. So next, after that, kingdom protista. Okay. So that we'll take it later. So second one will be protista. So third one, kingdom fungi. Okay. So third one, kingdom fungi. So fourth one, kingdom plantae. Okay. So very little information is there on kingdom plantae. Only the cell wall structure. So please tell about herbarium and botanical garden and taxonomical aids in first lesson. Okay. So that I'll tell later. Okay. It's about the first chapter. That also half is done. Herbarium, botanical garden. Okay. So that I'll tell last part. Okay. So maybe after 2 days, maybe on Saturday, I'll tell about botanical garden and herbarium. Okay. Shilpa, fine. What not done correctly? Okay. Yeah. So kingdom plantae. Then last one is kingdom animalia. Okay. So this much you need to study in this chapter. I think this first one in detail. Okay. So first classification. So second kingdom protista, there are different classification. Okay. Yeah. So kingdom fungi. So there also classification is there. Then plantae is already over in third chapter. So this we have done. Okay. So this is done, right? Completely. So just now we completed with algae, kingdom plantae. Okay. So there no information, no much information is there on kingdom plantae in this lesson. Then kingdom animalia, that is chapter 4. So in detail it is given. Fine. So after this, so this is five kingdom classification which belongs to R.H. Whitaker. Okay. So apart from this, there will be organism like virus, viroids, and prions. Okay. Fine. Virus, viroids, and prions. So they doesn't belong to five kingdom classification. So they are separate organism. They are kept separate. So you have to know the character of virus, viroids, and prions. So all three characters. So this much is there in this chapter. Okay. Kingdom Monera, Protista, fungi, virus, viroids, prions. Okay. So these are separate chapter. Kingdom plantae. Then kingdom animalia is also a separate chapter. Okay. Okay. So first one is Archaebacteria. So kingdom Monera is has different kind of microorganism. So first one is Archaebacteria. Okay. So first one Archaebacteria. So before that, okay, so kingdom Monera. Before this, so which organism come under kingdom Monera? So all prokaryotic organism. Okay. So all prokaryotes which doesn't have nuclear membrane. So organism which doesn't have nuclear membrane, they will come under kingdom Monera. So they will only have DNA and cytoplasm. Okay, so DNA is freely floating inside the cytoplasm. Okay, so such kind of organism wherein nuclear membrane is absent, so they come under kingdom Monera. Okay, so under kingdom Monera, it includes all prokaryotic organism, all prokaryotic organism. Okay, so they belong to kingdom Monera. Okay, so all prokaryotic organism are classified into kingdom Monera. Okay. Fine. So prokaryotic means without nuclear membrane. So those which do not have nuclear membrane, they come under prokaryote without nuclear membrane. Okay. So organism without nuclear membrane, they belong to prokaryotic organism. Okay. Yeah. Unicellular. So it includes, so we'll see what all different kind of organism they belong to okay, kingdom Monera. So it includes the microorganism. It includes microorganism. So very few microorganism are placed under kingdom Monera. So it includes microorganism like, okay. So first one is Archaebacteria. Okay. Archaebacteria. So first one Archaebacteria. Okay. So second one is Eubacteria. Eubacteria. Then third one is, okay, Cyanobacteria. Okay. So fourth one will be Mycoplasma. Mycoplasma. So all these four they will come under kingdom Monera. First one is Archaebacteria, second Eubacteria, Cyanobacteria, and Mycoplasma. So you have to study what is Archaebacteria, what is Eubacteria, Cyanobacteria, and Mycoplasma along with their structural details. Okay. Yeah. So first one is Archaebacteria. Okay. So first is Archaebacteria. Okay. So ancient bacteria which survive in extreme conditions. Okay. So now special characters of archaebacteria is their cell wall is made up of lipids. Okay. So cell wall is made up of lipids in archaebacteria, whereas in bacteria it is made up of peptidoglycan. So this is archaebacteria. Okay. So these are first to colonize the planet. Okay. So ancient bacteria. Before bacteria, there was archaebacteria. So their cell wall is made up of lipids. Okay. It is not made up of peptidoglycan. So it is made up of lipids. Okay. So they are ancient bacteria to survive at extreme temperature. So they survive at extreme temperature above 100 degree Celsius. Survive at extreme temperature. Okay. So around 100 degree Celsius. So they can survive up to 100 degree Celsius. Okay. And their cell wall is made up of lipids. Okay. So on structural basis, they are again classified into 4 different types. Okay. So many they survive around 100 degree Celsius. Okay. And their cell wall is made up of lipids. Okay. So can write about archaebacteria. So archaebacteria, they are ancient bacteria. Okay. So these are ancient bacteria. Okay. Ancient bacteria means very old, before bacteria. Okay. So before bacteria, there was organism which was called as archaebacteria. Okay. So these are ancient bacteria which can survive in extreme temperature. So they are known to survive in which can survive in extreme temperature. Okay. Survive in extreme temperature. Okay. So extreme temperature means above 100 degree Celsius. Okay. Presence of branch lipid chain in membrane. Yes, it is made up of complete lipid. So which can survive in extreme temperature. Okay, or extreme condition. Extreme temperature or extreme condition. Fine. Okay. Extreme condition. So they are classified into. So again, they are classified into 4 different types. Okay. They are classified into 4 different types. So the first one is halophiles. Halophiles. Okay. So halophiles means which will stay in extreme salt condition. So in some location there will be extreme salt conditions. Okay. In the oceans, we'll find that extreme salt condition will be present. So they can survive in extreme salt condition. Okay. So second one is acidophiles. Acidophiles. So they can survive at extreme acidic condition. Okay. So what is acid? So acid, how you define acid? Based on concentration of H plus ions. Okay. So more the H plus ions, the solution will become acidic. Okay. So acid can be determined as concentration of H plus ion. Okay. So normally in 1 liter of water, you will find how many molecules of H2O. So there are usually 1000 molecules of H2O. Okay. So it is considered like that. Then if you add more number of H plus ions to this, okay, plus more H plus ions, so it will make that solution acidic. Okay. So for example, add HCl. So HCl will contain hydrogen ions. Okay. So more the HCl you add, so the solution will get more acidic. Okay. So acid is something which is determined by concentration of H plus ions. So more the H plus ions, the solution will become acidic. Okay. So acidophiles means so archaebacteria which can survive in extreme acidic condition. So such kind of organism is known as acidophiles. Okay. So next third one is thermophiles. So thermophiles means which can survive at extreme temperature. Okay. So third one is thermophiles, and the last one, fourth one is methanogens. Okay. Methanogens. So usually methanogens are present in the rumen of cattle. So rumen means next to the stomach in cows and buffaloes. Okay, so next area after the stomach, so that is called as rumen. So from here small intestine will start. So that is called as rumen. Okay. So some archaebacteria they survive inside the rumen. Okay. So that is called as okay. So that is called as small intestine. Okay. So after your stomach, okay, so in some animals like cows, so the next area is called as small intestine. Okay. So that small intestine is called as a rumen. So in this rumen, so you'll find that archaebacteria will survive. Okay. And they produce methane. So methane gas will be produced by these archaebacteria. Okay. So it is the archaebacteria which will survive in the rumen of the cattle. Okay. So that will produce gas which is called as methane gas. Okay. So four types are classified under archaebacteria. First one is halophiles, acidophiles, thermophiles, and methanogens. Okay. So this methane archaebacteria or methanogens. So this bacteria is called as methanogens. So they will be excreted in the cow dung. So cow dung will contain archaebacteria which is called as methanogens. Okay. So methanogens are the bacteria which is present in the cow dung. Okay. So that's why they use cow dung for production of biogas. Okay. So biogas is produced by cow dung. Okay. So from here, this part, from the rumen of the cattle, so there is archaebacteria which is called as methanogens. Okay. So these methanogens are nothing but archaebacteria. So they doesn't belong to bacteria. Okay. So they belong to archaebacteria. So these methanogens, they are present in the rumen of the cattle. So rumen means next to the stomach, there is a small intestine. Okay. So the starting part of the small intestine is called as rumen. Okay. So these bacteria, after digestion of food, okay, so waste product will be excreted out as a cow dung, and in cow dung these methanogens are present, which will help in production of biogas. Okay, so biogas will be liberated outside. Okay, so halophiles, they survive in extreme salt condition. Acidophiles, these are bacteria which survive in extreme acidic condition. Then thermophiles are bacteria which survive in extreme temperature. Then methanogens are bacteria or archaebacteria which survive in the rumen of cattle. Okay, so they survive in rumen of cattle and they produce methane gas. Okay, so methane gas is produced by these archaebacteria which is known as methanogens. Okay. So methanogens will produce methane gas. Okay. So first is halophiles. So how for 1 marks. So these all four are important. What is halophiles? What is acidophiles? What is thermophiles? And what is methanogens? Okay. So the first one is halophiles. Okay. So first one, halophiles. Okay. So halophiles, archaebacteria which grows in archaebacteria which grow in okay. So some archaebacteria they grow in extremely salt condition, extremely salt condition. Okay. So halophiles, they survive in extreme salt condition. Okay, extremely salt condition or salty habitat. Okay, or salty habitat. Fine, are called as halophiles. Okay, so these are called as halophiles. Fine. Okay, so for 1 marks, these are important: halophiles, acidophiles, thermophiles, and methanogens. Okay, so second will be acidophiles. Okay, so second one is acidophiles. Okay, so the archaebacteria which lives in, that grows in extreme acidic habitat. Okay, so archaebacteria that lives in, that survive, okay, or we can write as survive in extreme acidic habitat. So such bacteria, archaebacteria, are called as acidophiles, acidic habitat. Okay, so archaebacteria that survive in extreme acidic habitat is called acidophiles. Okay, so that is called as acidophiles. Fine. Okay, okay. So next one, third one is thermophiles. Okay, so for 1 marks, they can ask for exam what is meaning of thermophiles, what is meaning of acidophiles, what is meaning of halophiles. Okay, so archaebacteria which grow in extreme temperature. Okay, so archaebacteria which grow in extreme temperature. Okay, above 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, archaebacteria which grow in extreme temperature. Okay, like hot spring. So near hot spring there will be around 100 degree Celsius. Okay, so some area you can find that the water will be at very high degree Celsius, up to 100 degree Celsius. Okay, so such area these thermophiles will grow. So the archaebacteria which grow in extreme temperature like hot spring around 100 degrees Celsius, okay, are called thermophiles. Okay, then next one, fourth one, last one is methanogens. Okay, so these are found in the rumen of the cattle like cows and buffaloes. Okay, so you can find in the rumen, that is rumen is present in the next part of. Okay, so rumen is present in the next part of the stomach. Okay, so methanogens are organisms. Okay, methanogens are organism. Okay, okay, so organism that produce, especially they belong to archaebacteria, that produce, okay, so methanogens are organism that belongs to archaebacteria that produces, okay, methane as a byproduct, okay, that produce methane as byproduct. Okay, so they will produce a methane as byproduct that survive in gut. Okay, so that will survive in the gut. Okay, gut means intestine. So those will survive in the gut or digestive system, that is intestine of animals such as cows and buffaloes. Of animals such as cows and buffaloes. Okay.